Hello everybody, welcome back to Bull Bear Trader. So today I'm gonna take a look at Delta, Levi, WD-40, and the three most active stocks that I wanted to take a look will be American Airlines, SOFI, and Ford. Alright, so let's start with Delta Airline. So Delta, you can see that it did not really come back much, right? From it came back a little bit more than April, March, but not previous high. And right now, a little bit overbought, trending sideways, but look like it's trending down. You can see high, lower, high, lower, high, lower, low. I mean low and lower, low and lower, low. So if I quickly chart, it right at is a resistance. So most likely for Delta Airline, most likely we will have a pullback or just like decent and not as good numbers as well as outlook. However, the number coming in strong and the outlook is better. We're looking at 57. So 57 is the upside, which is about 12 to 14%, and the downside is 43, which is also about 14%. Oops. And that's all we have for Delta. Not much going on, but more likely a pullback, at least to about 45. Levi, let me see. So if this is a medium term. For short term is basically it broke above, right? Came back to test, bounce a little bit, came back to test, and then bounce. Now it right at its previous high. So basically, in a way, we kind of like have like a double top right here and overbought, so a bigger chance of a pullback as well. But it can break out if the number is really, really good. Otherwise, I don't see it bouncing that much. Most likely a pullback. So we got Delta pullback, Levi more chance of pullback. And these are the level. Next, WD-40. So look like it didn't really come back higher than the previous high here. So it came up, right? It bounced, rally, pull back a little bit, bounce a little bit, and then break down. And you can see right here, it touched all of these pivot point all the way over here. So now it's a little bit oversold. So for earning, I would say if it's just decent, we are looking at a bounce to about 237. If the number is really bad and bad lower outlook, we talking about 216. But more chance of a bounce here, because as you can see right now is as a for the past 2 to 3 years, the price is actually at a below average. Average would be about 250, right? So right now oversold at support, we're looking for a bounce. Next is SOFI. Okay, so if we look at the if we look at the trend here, you can see you got head and shoulder, right? So head and shoulder, so we got right here the left shoulder, and we got the right shoulder right here. Okay, and then if you measure so it basically did a full length of the head to the neckline, and right now it look like we have a undeciding candle. Okay, now if we look back all the way from before, okay, so if we get the highest, come down like this, you can see it kind of like broke out and came back to test it and then bounce, right? So that is one. All right, if we just zoom in here and then we draw this line, we can see that it might have a little bit more space on the upper level at about 24. So right now it's been high, overbought for a little bit. I expect a pullback. So let's say pullback to maybe 1750. Actually, it might even come back down to test this orange line. Let me make this green line. So we even come back to test at about 16. And then bounce. Okay, so for SOFI, it might have a little bit more room to go up or to rally, but due to this undeciding candle right here and overbought, most likely we have a pullback. Ford. So a while back I was looking at it as earning last time. I said we might have a pullback and then bounce, right? And 1150. So 1150 is the level that I want to. I predict it's gonna come up, and basically it just did recently, and most likely it will test it again. You can see going all the way here. So it's one of the major resistance now becomes support. It came back here, bounce up again. So I'm seeing it's gonna come back a little bit to test. So it might do this. If I zoom it in a little bit, it's gonna look like this. Okay, and then for the recent trend, you can see it came down here and bounced pretty nicely, and breaking out two of the main resistance. So now it has more room to rally. Okay, the next one will be American Airline. Okay, so American Airline, let me see, it's been bouncing a little bit and then came back down, then kind of moved sideways. But look like we are moving lower. You can see, we got lower high, low high, low, lower low. So it need to bounce from here. Otherwise, we're gonna come back here to about $10. Oh, and earnings coming up in the next week, so we will have another chance to look at it. But look like we might have a pullback because of overbought, or maybe pullback to around 1040, and then it's gonna try to test it again and break out of this green channel. All right, everybody, thanks for watching. Please hit a like, subscribe, and share. Tomorrow I'm not sure if I will review anything except for maybe I'm thinking about taking a look at maybe some Japanese stocks. How about that? Because what's it called? Berkshire Hathaway, they did some investment in Japan and some Japanese stocks, so maybe it's worth to take a look. But for now, you have a good one, and I'll see you in the next video.